Hello, I'm Cassie Nall. This week on Suncoast FYI, My Matchless Mother Enterprises, Pay It Forward with Solorzano's Pizzerias, and the Sarasota Ballet. All next on Suncoast FYI. Thanks for joining us today on Suncoast FYI. Lucille Rose Diarmi-Riggio is a local author, singer, composer, arranger, and producer, and the list goes on. She joins me now to tell us about her latest endeavors. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm very excited to learn about your business here because you cover the full gamut of things here with your book. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, a little bit about the business. It started out as a CD, and the CD is titled My Matchless Mother. And of course, I'm a singer-composer, and I also produce, and I'm also the executive producer to the CD.
Wow.
Yes, it took about 10 years because I was working full-time with the United States Department of Labor as a federal investigator. 20 of my 32 years was a federal investigator in the compliance field.
Wow.
But I moonlighted on weekends. And basically, I worked with top 40 bands on the weekend. And eventually, I was getting a little older, and I decided to produce and come up with an album. And how I got the name is, the name of the business is My Matchless Mother Enterprises. And what I did was, my mother was diagnosed with cancer. And one day, we got correspondence in the mail. And when I opened it up and I started to read it, I saw the word matchless. And I thought that was quite interesting. And I had said to my mother, she was still alive at the time, I said, you know, I have plans to put an album together, and I wasn't sure of what I was going to do at the time. I said, but oh my goodness, you know, mothers are so important in life. And I said, well, wouldn't it be great to title an album called My Matchless Mother?
And it's catchy with the alliteration.
And it's catchy, exactly. And my mother said, yeah, that's a great idea. So that's how it all began. And then I knew I wasn't finished. After that got done, but basically, I came from Philadelphia and got married, I retired, and I relocated with my soulmate, Joe, and we moved to Sarasota. So then I said, you know, I'm not finished with this. I says, I want to put a recipe book together. And of course, the recipe book took about 4.5 years to put together. It's 240 pages. It has 5 chapters. It has recipes that belong to my grandmother, my mother, and myself. And chapter 1 is, well, they're all full color, and I also did all the photography as well.
Oh my goodness.
I did all the photography in the book. My wonderful husband helped me to edit. He helped me to, you know, just go through and fine comb the recipes and the photographs as well. You know, we chose which was the best to place in the book. All the photographs are in color, and they're 8.5 by 11, just like the book. He did a lot. He inserted the CD in the back of the book. We decided to put the My Matchless Mother CD in the back of the book.
Oh, cool.
And also the score is there.
Cute.
And he did the safety sleeve and everything, and it's quite unique. And also the front cover of the book as well has the score, and the beginning of the book has some photographs and pictures of family. And then it moves into chapter 1. Chapter 1, you have all your breakfast and your breads. Chapter 2, you have, well, of course, chapter 1 is all your recipes. Chapter 2 is a little storytelling and the growing years at home when I was growing up with my parents and family. That's a little memoir. Chapter 3 are the lyrics to the music from My Matchless Mother CD. Chapter 4 is the story behind the lyrics. And chapter 5, of course, is my memoir of how I met my husband, Joe.
Wow.
But it's a delightful book. It's
beautiful. Actually, I was going to ask, did you
arrange
arrange
what you'd like
that
to
score?
look at. I arranged the score as well. Yeah, I did the arranging of it as well. I produced it and distributed it myself. I had a wonderful coach who worked with me, Russell Faith, in Philadelphia when I was living there. But basically, he got ill, believe it or not, after the 3rd song, and I pretty much took over with the engineer.
Wow.
So it was a lot of self-taught.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, how did you learn the skills that it takes to arrange, compose? Obviously, you've had the training as a vocalist. And then on top of that, you've got your recipes and how to publish a book and do all that.
A lot of it was self-taught. Russell Faith had gotten ill, and basically I just went on with the engineer, who was a great engineer in North New Jersey. And then, like I said, my husband and I, we got married, we relocated to Sarasota, Florida, and I decided to do the book. The book took about 4.5 years to do.
So not only do you have a book, you have your CDs, and you also have shirts and
we have
hats.
We have hats that say "My Matchless Mother," and we also have T-shirts. The T-shirt basically is zeroed in on the CD, and the other T-shirt zeroes in on the cover of the cookbook.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so much. That's just so much. The full gamut.
There's also at the bottom of the recipes. I'm just going to flip. I had put Post-it notes on these because a lot of them are my favorite. I have a lot of favorites.
Well, I can imagine. I mean, it's your favorite recipes.
This is the coconut shrimp, for instance. This is one of my favorites as well. Down at the bottom, I have notes that are called matchless notes. And the matchless notes basically are nutritional facts about the ingredients in the recipe.
And I love that you put the pictures so you know what it's supposed to come out looking
like.
like.
Yes, you're right, and what it's going to look like in your dish. Oh, this is my mother's homemade pizza. This was her recipe.
Wow.
And it's a great pizza as well. But the matchless notes are at the bottom, and crab dip is I love my appetizers. What can I say?
Well, you know what? I think you're making everyone hungry by telling us about this. If people are interested in your product, where can they go for more information about all this?
Okay, what they can do is go to, of course, www.mymatchlessmother.com. And I'm sure they'll enjoy it. There's also a P.O. box there in case anyone does not really get on the computer and they would like to mail in a check or a money order. They can purchase that way.
Awesome.
The future holds possibly more music, possibly a holiday album with the word matchless in it, and a love song album with the word matchless in it as well. The possibility of the future of kitchen items.
Very
with
cool.
My Matchless Mother.
We're running out of time, so I unfortunately have to tell people once again, www.mymatchlessmother.com. All of the information is there on the website. And again, great product for your eyes, your ears, your stomach. She's got it all covered for you. So thank you for coming on the show today.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
And coming up on Suncoast FYI, would you like to pie it forward? We'll tell you all about it next with Solorzano Brothers Pizza. Hard to say. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Suncoast FYI. I'm Cassie Nall. Solorzano's Pizzerias has a cool new campaign called Pie It Forward. Here to tell us more is the owner, Phil Solorzano.
How you doing?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, did I say it correctly? Solorzano's Pizzerias.
There you go with the hand. Now you said it. That's
Get the Italian thing going on there. So let's start out by talking about your business. Tell me the history of it.
Well, the history, it's a lot of history. I don't think we got enough time. But I'm going to make it as short as possible. My family started up in Jersey, my grandfather and my grandmother, back in like the 60s. But my grandfather opened up his first by himself in Hoboken, New Jersey. Then my cousins, my mom, my dad, everybody, we were all in the business. But down here in Sarasota, I opened up 2 pizzerias. My brother has one in Sarasota on Beneva and Weber, and my parents have one in Gulfgate.
Cool.
And it's more like a restaurant, not like a pizzeria.
So you have all different varieties for what people are looking for.
Exactly.
All right, so tell me about your pizzeria that you run.
Well, my pizzerias, I got 2 of them. I got one on Siesta Key and one in Gulfgate. It's down the block from my parents' place. Like I said, my parents are just more of a restaurant, fine dining, and we do like the pizza stuff. But well, I started this thing in Gulfgate at my Gulfgate store. I still do it on Siesta Key, but it really popped off in Gulfgate because Gulfgate's like where the bars are, and there's a lot of different crowd over there, you know? So we started this thing called the Pie It Forward movement. And I seen it on Facebook because someone tagged me in a post saying, Phil, you really got to try this at your pizzerias. You know, it's a really good thing. And this guy in Philly started it. And I'm pretty sure he didn't start it, but it's where I seen it from. You know, I started all over the place. But I seen what he was doing and I loved it. So I started doing it. And what it is, like if someone comes in, we have a special. Every 2 slices in a drink, $6. So you get like a free drink. And some people, they're like, oh, you know, I don't want the drink, just give it to the next guy or whatever. So we started giving them like a Post-it note. They write on the Post-it note 1 can of soda, their name, the date, and we put it on the wall. So like whenever someone comes in, they don't got money, they're homeless, whatever. They left a wallet at home, they don't get paid till tomorrow. You can come in, eat for free, get a free drink.
Pick your sticky note off the wall and
just take it off.
That is a great idea.
So it works out really good.
And I was gonna say, you guys have had a lot of publicity over this.
Yeah, it's been crazy. In the last like 2 months, I mean, like I think it's like over 21 articles.
Wow.
All over the internet. It's been really crazy.
Because it's such a good thing. Because you hear about at like Starbucks, for example, people will do the whole pay it forward thing.
Exactly.
And the Starbucks keep a trend on, or keep a track of how many people do it in a row. And your business doesn't even bother with that. You do it all the time.
We do it all the time, all night. I mean, my golf case store, the best thing, we open at 11:30. We close at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So it's really late. So like people will come by drunk or whatever, they don't have money or, you know, they lost their wallet, whatever.
Yeah.
We got you. So
Yeah.
it works out great. Everyone's very positive when they come through. They're happy to eat the pizza, obviously, because it's the best pizza in Sarasota.
Yeah.
But on top of that, they're helping someone else out. You know what I mean? So
I
it
say,
works out
do you have a lot of people that come in and they don't know about the campaign when they get there?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't know about it, and then they see the notes on the wall. They're like, what is that? Then I tell them what it is. Like, oh my God, I heard of something like that. And then boom, right away, they just
That's so cool.
put a Post-it note on the wall.
That is a very cool and very unique thing that you've got going on at
And
your
what's
pizzeria.
the best part is, I mean, like, I started a Fundly account because people started like hitting me up on the internet. Because once it blew up, it went nationwide. Like, it went like pretty viral. Like in 2 weeks, we had like 300,000 views.
Wow.
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So we had people hitting us up on the internet. They're like, how can I contribute? They never even been to our pizzeria. They're from
That
like
is so sweet.
California,
Yeah.
from Jersey, everywhere. And they'll like pay
Wow.
it forward. I used to run it on the card, but it was getting like too much. So I made an account. Now they can just go through, donate the money, and it works out great.
Wow, so anyone around the country can contribute to this wonderful cause that you've
anybody.
got going on.
Yeah, it's great. So like I had this one girl, she did $100. I mean,
Wow, that gets a lot of soda and pizza.
yeah, a lot of slices. So her whole wall, she got her name all over the wall. Just a bunch of Post-it
That's
notes on the wall. It's
awesome.
pretty cool.
That's a really neat, unique quality to your business. But I know it's not just about the Post-it notes and the Pie It Forward
No, it's
campaign.
not just about that.
You got a lot of history going on
A
there.
lot of history. This is what my family does. We've been doing it, like I said, forever. They've been doing it since the 60s, my family. So we're happy to be in Sarasota now. We've been here since like 2004, and we're doing pretty good down here.
So what is your specialty pizza that you think people should come and order that pizza?
Well, my favorite's the Hoboken Heart Attack. That's what we call it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, my dad created that back in Jersey. It's like a meat lover pizza. Really, really good. That's my favorite.
I'll say what all's on that one?
Sausage, pepperoni, bacon, meatballs. Everything.
brother.
And we make our own meatballs, so I mean, it's really, really good.
This is like this is awesome. This is so cool. I'm really excited about your pizza. What is your most popular one? Is that also the most popular one?
That's one of the most popular ones. We have one called the Sinatra. It's like a white pizza. It's got tomatoes on it, garlic, ricotta cheese. Very good.
Got the classic thing going on there with that
Then
one.
we got one called the Carmela Soprano, and that one is one we just created, and that has eggplant on top, spinach, ricotta. It's really, really good.
So you get your vegetables in there
yeah,
too.
exactly, little vegetables.
Then you can argue that the pizza was healthy while you were eating it.
Exactly. Well, pizza is healthy.
Pizza
don't
is
let,
healthy.
Don't let people fool you.
I'm sorry.
The Hoboken Heart Attack is not healthy.
I'm saying it's in the name, but it's not going to be good. But it's so delicious. I'm sure
That
you have
one
to do
might
it.
not be healthy.
So you said your parents have the more sit-down style restaurant. Do they also have the same pizza options at their restaurant?
No, they have no pizza. Their restaurant, Solorzano's restaurant, is more of like a fine dining thing.
Okay.
They left the pizza to us, and that's why we don't do pasta. If you want pasta, you go to my parents' place. Kind of like switch it up.
Yeah,
we
you're
don't compete
working
with
it.
each other. It works good like that.
You're working it as a family there.
Exactly. That's the way to do it.
That is very cool. So if someone wants to come find out more about your business, where can they go?
Or they can go to our website, sbpsiestakey.com. SBP stands for Solorzano Brothers Pizza. It's me and my brother right there. And yeah, sbpsiestakey.com. If you want to donate to the Fundly account, you can just Google Fundly Pie It Forward. The name of the movement is called Pie It Forward Movement, and I actually got a trademark on it now. So like, we're trying to really blow it up. We're trying to like franchise it and get it out there and open up like in every major city where, you know, there's some money obviously, so people can spend money, but at the same time where there's homeless people, because they take care of the people.
Yeah,
It works out
it's a great cause, and I think it's kind of one of those feel-good things. It kind of makes the whole community.
You don't even know. Like
feel better.
some days I wake up, I have messages on like my Facebook from people, and they're like, "You don't know how much this means to me. I never met you, or never been to your place, but I was homeless 5 years ago. You know, I had nothing, and now I have a family. This, that, and the other, because someone like you gave to me and gave me like you know, the motivation. So it makes me feel good, definitely.
Very cool. So remember, Pie It Forward, awesome campaign here. You
Pie
gotta
It Forward movement.
Pie It
That's
Forward
what it is.
movement.
Yeah,
Got
that's
to look
right.
into it. Solorzano's Pizzerias.
That's right. There
Check
you
it
go.
out.
Check it
Thank
out.
you very much for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
And coming up on Suncoast FYI, the Sarasota Ballet has some exciting news. The details are next, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Suncoast FYI. I'm Cassie Nall. The Sarasota Ballet is celebrating their 25th anniversary season and has some fantastic shows coming up this year. Here to tell us more are Sarah Sardelli and Ian Webb. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having us.
So I've seen some pictures of the ballet. I was looking on the website earlier and everything, and it just looks splendid, especially what you guys are about to tell us about here. So we've been seeing a ton of mentions about Christmas in July this month. So can you tell me a little bit about what the Sarasota Ballet is doing?
Well, basically what it is that obviously Nutcracker is the big family event.
Yeah.
And the 25th anniversary, we wanted to really look at this. And we found that, you've got all the sales going on and things, and it's sort of, we're doing this where we've given a discount for people who buy the tickets in July for the December performances.
You got to be good planners
It's
for this
like,
one.
well, yeah, you've got to work in advance, sort of like with the dates and things, because we found that it sells out so quickly. And the Nutcracker is, everybody knows Nutcracker, but we did a few years ago, we did a brand new production, which was in a way our present to the city, because we slightly changed the idea of Nutcracker. So you've got basically the little girl Clara. In our version, it's all set in New York at a big party, and Clara runs away with the circus to Sarasota.
That's awesome.
So it's got a real different spin on it.
That's really cool because we're such a circus community.
Well, exactly.
How else would she get to Sarasota?
But it's amazing how it fits in. It's so what we've done is in the traditional version, Drosselmeyer is actually John Ringling.
Wow.
And in the Hoffman story, his nephew's the one that gets turned into the Nutcracker. Well, of course, John Ringling had John Ringling North, who he passed it. That was his nephew, so we've tied that up. And then there's in Nutcracker, there's probably a couple of big dance scenes, and one of them in Act 2 is Waltz of the Flowers. So we've done it where it's Waltz of the Roses, and it's Mabel's rose garden with a gazebo, and the spirit of Mabel comes back and dances. So it's all so connected with Sarasota.
It really sounds like you thought about the details when you were doing that.
Yeah.
And you wrote it, I'm assuming?
No, I didn't. I employed somebody from England to come over and do it, and we had all new designs. The music is Tchaikovsky's music. And it's going to be at the Van Wezel, but we've also got the Sarasota Orchestra. So you've got the Tchaikovsky's
live music going on there?
Amazing score. So it is a real Sarasota event. It's the Nutcracker to see.
It really sounds like you have just centered that right around our city, made it very personal, and of course people got to plan ahead. But it's a good thing. Not only are they getting the 10% discount, but they're also guaranteeing themselves a seat.
Well, that is the problem. Yeah, that we had last time is so many people were disappointed that they couldn't get tickets.
Yeah.
And we thought, well, why not do this?
Christmas in July.
Yeah.
Why not get a head start on things here?
And Ian spoke about Clara, who is the main character, the little girl in the show. And when you buy a ticket with this promotion, you get a chance to meet Clara.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Even better.
Yeah. No,
it just keeps getting better here. It's like opening more presents on Christmas.
Exactly, yeah. So, and I think the thing is that with Nutcracker, I believe in that, you should go into the theatre, the lights should go down, and you should be transposed into this magic.
Yes.
And, to see all the kids' reactions to this. And then what's great is they'll go to the Ringling Museum, and then they'll learn more about the Ringlings and about Mabel and see her rose garden.
The history behind what you've done.
The connection between, again, the organisations. So you've got, the Ringling Museum, you've got the Sarasota Orchestra and the Sarasota Ballet all collaborating in a way to show what we have here in Sarasota.
That is really special. That is a really, really cool thing that you're telling everybody
and
about.
it's a nice thing to, I think that obviously because of the you can hear that I'm not American, but everybody's been so wonderful here and they've really opened their hearts to what I'm doing. This was, in a way, our organisation's gift back to everybody.
So it's a very accepting community of new things.
Yeah.
They like to see the new things, but we also have so much history as well. It's neat that you've been able to take a century-old ballet and just put a nice modern twist on it to fix it to our community here. So I understand this is also an opportunity for students in the Sarasota Ballet School to participate in the professional production. So how do the children feel about being on stage with those professionals?
Well, they love it, and they love being on stage. I mean, every child, or most childs, love to be on stage. I think that what's really amazing for the children in our school is that they're always affiliated with the company.
Okay.
So even when they're doing ballet class, they'll be walking down the corridor and you'll have the big, principal dancer walk by them. And so there's a real connection with them. And then for them to be on stage, And also for the kids who are in the school who are in the audience,
Yes.
that's something they know that over time, different productions, they're going to be allowed to be with the company on stage. So
That is such a neat
it's a
opportunity.
real unique thing for people who are part of our education.
It sounds like it.
It's also special for non-ballet students, just school students, when they come and they see their classmates in the production.
Oh,
It's
I didn't
very
even
fun
think about
for them.
that option.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is so cool for people who maybe, like you said, maybe you're not ballerinas, but they get to be part of it too. Still, everybody feels involved, and especially with the community, what you've done. Fantastic job. So where can people go for more information about this Find This Christmas in July special?
Well, basically, if you contact the box office and also go onto the Sarasota Ballet website, there's all the way you can buy tickets from there.
All
And
right.
around town, there's lots of posters and flyers and things.
Get everybody excited now about what's happening in December.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
941-359-0099.
Perfect. And the
Extension
website,
101.
Extension 101. And,
Yes.
and the website is sarasotaballet.org.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, thanks for coming on the show today, guys.
Okay.
You got me
Thank
all
you very
excited now
much.
about December.
Good.
Thank
There we
you.
go.
Stay tuned to Suncoast FYI. We'll be right back. That's our show for today, and thanks so much for joining us. If you would like to promote your business or event on Suncoast FYI, we would love to hear from you. Just call our sales department at 941-361-4223. I'm Cassie Nall. We'll see you next Friday on Suncoast FYI.